Said this the Kingship podcast, living fast on the wingtips. G5 when we dash, getting fly. This light from our eyes, no we never fold. Speak the truth and we getting loose, standing on our toes. Said this the Kingship podcast, living fast on the wingtips. G5 when we
Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy King Chills, man. We live, baby. We live with another episode, man. I've been waiting to do this part 2 for a minute. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. Part 2. First off, let me give credit where credit is due. This brother, man, when I was first starting out, looked out for your boy. Still one of the highest viewed episodes ever on my platform, period. And this is when we were just doing just the podcast, period. We weren't even live like this. We weren't even live and direct. You know what I'm saying? Man, this man is a decade in. Mr. Me versus Me. Mr. Runn Light, man. This is Ron, man, a.k.a. Mr. Runn Light, man. What's happening, my guy?
What's going on with my doggy, man? Thank you for having me.
You already know.
Back in the vicinity, man. To be live like this, we about to get into it. We got into it last time, just over the phone with the normal podcast, but we're going to talk about some stuff today, man. I'm excited, bro. Just excited, bro. That's it. That's all. Just to reiterate, you know what I mean? It is Mr. Runn Light. It is Mr. Me versus Me, Mr. You versus you in the building. You know what I mean? Wear the brand, let a message is so much. I mean, throughout your journey, face your fears, Runn Light, it's you versus you. I could go for days, but we're going to get into it, though. We're going to get into it.
We definitely gonna get into it. Like anytime I have my guest on, man, I always tell them, you know, we do a mental health check-in. I basically ask them, how you feeling? How you coming into the space, man? Be live, real, raw, authentic, as deep as you want to go, man. How you feeling today? How you coming today?
Man, I'm coming peaceful as I can, understanding that, you know what I mean? Anybody under the sound of my voice is just here for me, just like I'm there for them. Last time I was on, I lost my aunt. This time I just buried my granddad, so I'm still peaceful. I'm still mourning, but I'm mourning in a different way this time. Mentally, physically, and emotionally, I understand that everything happens for a reason, and it's God's plan. So in this podcast, I just, you know what I mean, I just want to put out there the positivity, and I just hope that everybody under the sound of my voice receives a blessing from what we talk about.
Hey, brother, first and foremost, rest in peace and to your loved ones, man. And, you know, I send my deepest condolences to not only you, but to your family as well. I know death is never easy, and we all, you know, grieve differently, and we all come and look at it differently. So I do definitely appreciate you sharing that with us on this platform. And, you know, I appreciate you understanding how that is, man, and having that positivity to keep it moving, man. It's definitely a blessing to have a different outlook, especially dealing with the multiple deaths that you have dealt with, man. So definitely salute to you, and we will continue to uplift you in prayer during these dark times, man.
Appreciate you, King. Appreciate you.
For sure, always. For me, man, I'm coming into the space, man. You know, I'm exhausted, man, but I'm still moving, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. It's been tiring, but I'm excited though, because for me, I'm hitting the ground running. Right now it's grind season for me, man. Like I'm energized. I want to get out this content. I'm coming to the end roads with the students. You know, the year about to be locked up. You know what I'm saying? We about to be done. So, you know, right now I'm just trying to get content out and just kind of trying to inspire, and I really want to push this. This is something that I'm interested in, and I want to just not only put my people on, but talk about how we can be better as people, just as black men and just a black culture all together. And I want to make sure that we doing something positive, not just me and you, but just those around us that's doing something similar or differently than us. You know what I'm saying? So I want to continue to uplift and uphold the, you know, the good standard, the good rights, man. So it's kind of how I'm coming in, man. But man, let's get right into it, man. First off, last time we talked a little bit about the brand. We talked a little bit about who you were as a person, who you were as a man. For those of you who are new watching to us, go ahead and get in a little bit about who you are as a person, what made you kind of start that brand, and just give us a brief overview, man, and what's been going up since the last time we talked.
Man, so the brand is called Runn Light. RUNN LIGHT. Throughout your journey, face your fears, Runn Light. It's you versus you. My brand isn't here to tell you you're doing right nor wrong, but it's here to encourage, to uplift, to, you know what I mean, just put that positivity into the air to put that you can, not that you can't, in the air. The brand is more or less, about just mental health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, any way you want to go about it. The brand is a journey. It's more or less about you versus you, me versus me, however you want to put it. The brand is just a 1% better every day. I woke up yesterday, I did what I had to do. I made sure I put my best foot forward. I woke up today and I'm going to do the same thing, understanding that it's bigger than me. It's about legacy now. Year one was more or less just about getting out there, getting people to understand and see if people will follow or just understand the journey. Year two is about consistency, about content, about really understanding who I am and whose I am, mentally, physically, and emotionally. So my brand is more or less an everyday reflection of who I am and who I want to be. And I encourage the people to do the same thing. Like I said, year one was about getting the content out, stuff like that, and the aspect of what is it. Now it's who are you? What do you want to do? How do you want to move? What do you need? How can I help myself? How can I help you? Runn Light started, just to give a little bit more back view, Runn Light started really from my mom. It was an encouraging word from my mom to tell me to put my best foot forward on the track, to run my race, to leave everything on the track and let it go. And I made it into a lifestyle, because every day you got trials, tribulations, things that's going to put you in a good place or put you in a bad place, but every choice has a consequence. So with understanding that, I just put my best foot forward, run my race, and you feel me, just breathe. It's easy to get caught up in what everybody else is doing and lose focus on your mission. So my mission is to understand who I am and whose I am in relationship to others, put my best foot forward, and if I can help you, I can. If I can't, I'll pray for you, or I'll let you know who can help you, but I never leave an unsolved mystery, if that makes any sense. I'll always try to put a piece to a puzzle, even if I can't be there for the whole finished product.
And that's real, man. I think you touched on a lot of good gems right there when you talked about, number one, mental health. I think that's, especially us as Black men, that's something that goes very well underlooked. We kind of push that to the side a lot of times, and we don't really, like you said, we don't really face that fear. We don't really face that in the ways that we really need to face that. And as well, like you said, what your mom taught you, putting your best foot forward, making sure you step out there on a daily basis. Us out here every day, that's what we're doing, and I can appreciate that, man. And I see the consistency, man. I've been seeing the consistency. I've been seeing the Instagram posts. I've been seeing the clothing. I done bought some of the I done bought into the content, as well as some of the articles of clothing as well, man. You just been getting better and better, man. You know, where's the ideas coming from? How do you continue to grow? And I see, do you got a team behind you, or is it just you right now? I know you back in the city. Shout out to the 216. Those of you who don't know, that's Cleveland, Ohio. You know we're gonna shout it out. Gotta shout it out every time. But kind of where's your angle at right now, and how you taking them steps to move forward as you take it day by day?
The clothes, it's just the expression. I'm a creative. I like to do art. I like to draw. I like to write. I like to paint. And I don't like to wear what everybody else has on. You know what I mean? In the aspect of everybody is in a fad, or everybody follows the fads and things like that. And that's okay. No disrespect, no none of that. You know what I mean? If that's how you want to be, that's how you want to be. But me personally, as a man, I know that I stand out. Not even off of the simple fact of I'm Black. I stand out now because I have locks. I stand out because I have full sleeves. I stand out because I got a nose ring. I've made myself stand out in multiple different ways than just being an African American. My clothes and how I speak and how I move and how I talk is also an aspect of that. And I've always wanted to be somewhat different, or have something that nobody else is doing. So when it comes to the clothes, it's where the brand live the message. My clothes is just an aspect of what I do and how I can move and how I can get my message out. But most importantly, it's about the message. if you gonna wear my clothes, understand that you putting your best foot forward. Understand that you planting a seed and gonna enjoy the shade later. Understand that you're facing the fear and it's you versus you, us versus them, or however you need or whatever you need the motivation to be for you to be better. So my angle now, I have none. I never did. I just always used every article of myself, everything that I'm good at, to give to the world. I don't feel like, as a man, me personally, I don't feel like me as a man, I can live and not give what God gave me. It's easy to die because you're dead, you know, like you have nothing to worry about. You left everything on earth, but your legacy on earth is what people are going to talk about when you're gone. So I try to, you feel me? I really just try to think about everything holistically and realistically for me. It might not resonate with everybody else, but that's what resonates with me. And that's what my brand is. My brand is me fighting my demons or fighting what I wouldn't do or what I don't think I could do every day. 1% better. Realistically, I want to open a Boys and Girls Club. I want to have something for the youth as well as a safe place for older people to come and just be. Growing up in Cleveland, Ohio, it was a lot of times where sports and Boys and Girls Clubs and activities helped me as a person understand that it was more than just my perspective and things out there in the world. So understanding that athletics, spirituality, mental health, and everything needs a place and a time. It also needs a building. It needs a home. And it's not a lot of homes anymore. It's a lot of houses. It's a lot of products being made. It's a lot of people doing things, but there's no meaning. I want a meaning behind my brand. I want it to mean something. A lot of people ask, what's my inspiration? How do I get my art? I just get my art from just everyday life, living. You know what I mean? Like I see blue skies and sunsets and stuff like that, and the colors hit me different. You know what I mean? Like I might see a graffiti wall and take that graffiti wall and be like, I could do that graffiti, but put it into my own spin. So I don't have an angle. I just have a mission. And in that mission, you know what I mean? I just take it for what it is, and every day it gets revealed more through who I talk to, how I move, what I stop doing, who I stop hanging around, who I confide in, who I want to be around, you know? And that's important because as we get older, we was just talking about death and things like that. Death is real. It is. And a lot of people don't cope with death in a positive light. They put it as negative. But at the same time, it's a positive light because now everything that was put into you by that person, by that man, by that woman, by that aunt, by that granddad, by that father figure, by that mentor, now it's in you to pull it out because now he's no longer here. She's no longer here to tell you this is right, no wrong. Now you have to trust your gut even more. So I don't have a ploy. I don't have an angle. I just learn every day or try to.
And that's, you know, it's so crazy, man. And I had to let you get that on. I had to let you talk because that right there, that was important. That was a message. And I don't know if that went over some people's heads, man. And it's crazy because I had a guest on one of my last podcast episodes, man, and we were talking about this, man. James, man, and he was telling me about using your gifts. And he gave this example of how if a person that was everything that you wanted to be, and I'm gonna give the short version. If the person was everything that you wanted to be, and he came to you at the person that you're at now, and he's asking you, I would never be this person. And you were like, how did I get there? Asking that simple question. And a lot of times is we have everything that we need within ourselves. But a lot of us is either scared, we ain't pushing forward to using our gifts, and just to see you actually want to not only pay it forward to yourself, but to those around you, to the people in your community. You know, we go back home and we see it. We understand what it's at. Like you said, there's a lot of houses, but there ain't a lot of homes. in a lot of homes at all. There's a lot of things that's up and moving and growing, but where's the purpose in those movements? Where is the positive messages, or how is it continuing to push itself to be bigger than what they already are? And the thing is, for me, I love to see people that want to pay it forward to continue to build and push. The fact that this ain't about money for you. This ain't about none of that. This is literally about, hey, I want to see those around me grow. I want to see myself grow. I want to help those that is around me be better. And to me, that's amazing to see, man. That's dope messaging right there. Just because a lot of people we see, do they really truly live what they say? Do they really stand 10 toes on what the messaging really is? And I actually know that I see that within you. I see you live that. I see you breathe that. I see you walk and stepping with a purpose and stepping into that light, man. And that's so dope to see, man. It's so dope to see. It's just a wonderful thing. And I'm just happy to be able to share in that moment right now and just to continue to see the growth, man. I love to continue to see the growth, man. And I want to make sure I'm giving you your flowers while you're here. Because at the end of the day, man, we don't do that enough. And a lot of us, it's a lot of people that's hating. It's a lot of people that ain't promoting the things. You're going to get to where you need to get to. And I hope I'm here to see when this reaches its full potential to where it can be, man. I hope to be able to see that and continue to see the growth and the progression that you're showing right now. Because, right, goddamn it, you're doing your damn thing, man.
Honestly, bro, I appreciate you, and I hope that I'm here to reap some benefits too, and actually see my flowers while I'm here. Because I mean, like, I really get into it by myself. I mean, I really process a lot, and I really think about a lot. It's a lot of great rappers who are now dead, deceased, not here. Nipsey Hussle, you got Pop Smoke, you had a lot of people. You got XX Extension, you got a lot of people. You got Mac Miller. You got, you got so many people whose music now touches people's souls and they're not here. But they were saying the same thing while they were here. So I hope the same thing, bro. I hope that I'm here to see my flowers. I hope that it's more people that will give flowers, not only to me, but just people in general. Because, like, you deserve flowers too, bro. Like, no cap. Like, going from the first podcast where we was talking about foundation and how we just wanted to start. It's all about the start. A lot of people don't start. We started, bro. And a lot of people start, but then they get nervous or complacent and they stay in that same spot, bro. I'm looking at you face to face right now. Last time we was just on the phone. I was cleaning my room. I was doing all type of stuff. I was creating, writing, drawing while we was on the phone. But now, like, to be face to face, to have this one-on-one, to have this 1 on 1,000 or however many people are under the sound of our voice when this airs, you know what I mean? Like, it's different because they could see the eye contact. They could see my face. They could see how I move. They could feel me just like they feel you and how I feel you. You know what I mean? So shout out to you for first and foremost.
Appreciate
to the second level of this podcast. The next step is starting to fly people out and getting people straight to you.
Man,
That's the next part.
And I'm gonna throw this shameless plug out there. If they want to support the channel, if they want to support the podcast, man, definitely the links and the cash up to the PayPal will be below on this video. Please help your brother out. I'm really trying to hone in on this craft, man. This is something that I really want to get into. And honestly, the segue to it, I want to talk to you about, like, honestly, it took me a lot. Like, I overthink. I'm an overthinker, and I'm not really good on the camera. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to learn this whole being face to face and everything like that. But I also understand the importance of people can hear my voice and can feel me. But like you said, when you see me, you can see the passion. I can see and hear the passion in your voice when you speak about your brand, when you speak about the purpose and what you want to do. People see that. So the people, you can see the real from the fake. So a lot of people that talk a good game. People got the gift of gab. But see, a lot of people can spot bullshit a mile away too. And that, you know what I'm saying? And you see people, you be like, yeah, it sound good. But man, I don't feel that. I don't see that energy. I don't see that. Nah, man, that ain't the route I'm trying to take. You know what I'm saying? I might have to support from a distance, man. I'm gonna go ahead and give you, but for me, it's just now, like you said, I want to leave something behind. This is about legacy at this point. This ain't about me no more. You know what I'm saying? We're in the stage, we're at the age where what we're doing it for the right now. I'm trying to leave a legacy behind. I'm trying to make sure that my daughter's straight. I'm trying to make sure that her kids are straight. So no matter what, because I don't come from nothing, bro. Everything this is ground level work right now. Right now, this is grind season, grind level work, and I'm trying to build something bigger than what I left it. Because I understand what it feels like to not have nothing. And that's not their fault. You know what I'm saying? The positions that they played, they made the best decisions. My family made the best decisions that they needed to make at that time to make sure that I'm here to be able to do whatever I'm doing right now. So now it's my turn to take that baton and be able to stretch that. Before I hand it off, I got to make sure they got something in their hand to be like, okay, I see that. That was where that generational curse was changed. Right here on this tree. That's where it was changed. That's where that foundation was made. And I could see that. Now let's try to build something with that. These are the roots right now. Let's water this grass and see if we can get some more out of that. And that's what I'm on. And that's why I resonate with your message so much. Because like I said, ain't no hate. It's enough room for everybody to do something out here.
Everybody can eat.
Everybody can eat. Everybody can eat. And I don't understand why a lot of people don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? If I got an opportunity to help a brother, especially somebody that I know, grew up with, been around to for a long time, and is a good brother and got enough and got good sense and head on the shoulders and trying to do something right. Yeah, bro, come on over here. This is easy, man. It's free to have somebody have this conversation. This is easy. It's easy, man. It's easy for me to sit up here and to talk about your brand, talk about what you got going on in life, man, because we don't do that a lot. A lot of people that I go mess with somebody that ain't invested in me at all. That wouldn't do nothing for me at all. But I sit up here and go out that way and do it instead of sitting up here and hollering at the brother that's next to me that I know that I'm a grind with it. I done seen from the grind level. I'd rather do that, man. And it's just something that I'm continuing to build upon and continue to want to be great at, man. I'm just trying to hone in on this craft.
It's really free game at this point in life. For real, honestly. Everybody want $1, and that's okay. I mean, everybody got bills, kids. We not young no more. Like,
not at all.
You know what I mean? We getting there, and that's okay. But like, everything don't gotta be sold. You know what I mean? Like, some things is worth that. I mean, everything ain't free, but knowledge, communication, understanding. You know what I mean? Just a mental check-in, that's free. Like,
that's free.
That is free. A hug, free. I mean, just checking in on your brother, free. Checking in on your sister, free. Hey, I love you, free. And a lot of people get away from that, and that's really what I'm about too. I'm just really about that brotherhood, that understanding that it does take a team, it do take a village, but then it also takes the right village, the right team, the right people. You know what I mean? Because like, you can't take everybody with you that you knew. I can't take everybody.
That's a hard concept to learn, man. Yeah. I had to learn that. It's a hard concept to learn.
And then you can't take your brothers that you think is gonna be with you forever neither sometimes. And that's a hard pill to swallow, because me personally, I want the best for everybody. Facts. I don't care if I know you or not. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of stuff I do that I don't talk about. It's a lot of stuff that people do for the gram to get that clout. I do it just cause. You know what I mean? Like, shameless plug on myself. Like, I don't talk about it often, but every time I see somebody homeless, if I got some food in the car, if I got $1, some change, I give it to them. I don't care if it's the same person every day. And I don't do it because they need it. I do it because at one point in my life, I was homeless. I didn't have a place to stay. I went to Columbus with $1,500 in 2 bags. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have an apartment. I didn't have a dorm. I didn't have none of that. I had a support team who supported me enough to let me grow. And with understanding that, when I got my own, I told everybody, I still say it to this day, my house is a safe space. My home is a safe space. Not for danger, but because you just need to rest. I'm no God or nothing like that. I'm a king, but I'm not God. Lay your burdens down. Let them go. It's okay. Like, everybody has a trial, a tribulation. Everybody go through something that could define or break you. I want to be a part of the defining moments.
That's real. And you know it's crazy too, because we focus so much on the successes. Everything right now is so focused on, man, I see you, I see this, man, I see that, especially with social media, man. We focus so much on the success of people, and that's great. Celebrate those. And I'm not even saying we have to talk about your failures either. But I think that sometimes it's good to see, it was hard work to get to this point. It took some people. It took some people. It took my village. It took my right village, as you state, to help me grow. I didn't do this alone. It wasn't by myself. This wasn't by chance. It wasn't by luck. It took work, dedication, and it took the right people around me to help me grow and to see something in me to be like, you know what, I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna take an opportunity. I'm gonna go ahead and see and work with that potential right there, because I know that man right there, that woman right there, oh, they gonna do something with that. And even if they don't, hey, you know what, as you say, I put my best foot forward and gave them the knowledge and the game I could for free to help them put themselves in a better position. And for sometimes, I look at it as an educator. It's a lot of times, and as us being kids too, it's a lot of times it was a couple people that gave us free game when we was younger, or gave us some, knowledge. And I do that with the kids. And sometimes it's frustrating because it'd be like, damn, bro, I done told you this is, I'm trying to help you out, bro. I done made that mistake 50 million times, fam. Don't do that, or you're going to end up X, Y, and Z. Sometimes you got to stub your toe to understand it, but understanding like it's going to click for them when it needs to click for them. And hopefully it's never too late. But when they going to remember, you know what? Mr. C told me X, Y, and Z, man. He was able to put me on some game. It didn't click right then, but I understand it now. Because that's how it happened for me. It took me a while. If I tell a couple of my old teachers, it'd be like, oh, yeah, nah, he... Teacher? Nah. Especially in the elementary, middle school years, they was not going. Like, nah, not him. But it's just all when it happens, when that maturation process happens and how it comes together. And I think a lot of times we take that for granted, that we are all still human and we're all still growing within our purpose, our passion, to be able to be better people, if that is the goal and what you're trying to accomplish in life. Everybody's version of success is different. Everybody has a different reason of what they want to do or what they want to accomplish in this life of ours, but we're still growing. I think a lot of times we push that aside and be quick to jump on people and quick to talk about somebody and not uplift because they don't see what the vision is for us or for that person. And sometimes we just got to take a step back, put ourselves in our shoes, and just humble ourselves enough to be like, you know what, that ain't my. All I can do is pray and uplift. And I think if a lot of us did that in this world, we would be a lot better off and not have so many people just at odds all the time. Because a lot of times, a lot of shit we at odds with be stupid as hell, man. Be dumb as hell. Ain't no purpose in it. It'd be dumb.
See, another thing too is a lot of people on the entrepreneur side, on the side of starting a business or just starting anything. A lot of people think it's overnight success, like you said. A lot of people want to put titles, boss, CEO, stuff like that. That's cool, hunky dory. That comes with a lot.
It does.
Me personally, I don't downplay that you're a CEO of your podcast or anything like that. But for me personally, I call everybody a visionary because you have the vision. But if you don't have the right people, if you don't have God, if you don't, or a higher power of whatever you believe in, make it broad and general for everybody. If you don't have that, your vision will never come to fruition, because now you're working off of your own accord, not off of what needs to be heard, not off of what needs to be said. I started the last podcast just like I started this podcast. Peace be among whoever hears my voice for a reason, because I don't know what I'm saying to be right nor wrong, but I know this is what I know for right now. I don't know from the first podcast to this podcast who's going to resonate, who's going to come back, who's going to come around, who's going to love me more, hate me more, who's going to love on themselves more, who's going to change their life for the better. That's not me to understand. What it is for me to understand is I have a vision, I have a thought, I have a focus. And in that focus and in that vision, I have to be understanding of it's not about me. Because once you start, I did this, I did that, I did this, your vision is blurred. It's no longer about what you want to put out, because now you're just talking about you. So when it comes down to it, we're all visionaries. We all have a vision. But who's going to push that vision out of you? Who's going to keep that vision alive? Who's going to get that vision to come to fruition? And that's the hardest part for me. If we're going to get into it for real, that's the hardest part for me.
Speak your truth, man. Speak your truth, King. The hardest
part for me is to understand who I am and whose I am in relationship to others. I've always had a big platform of people who follow, or a big platform of people who want to be around, or I want to be around for that matter. I've always wanted to be a mentor to mentee to somebody. It's always been my goal. It's always been my passion. So I've always took very lightly on who I bring around, not because of what, but because I know how much I'll give. I'll give the shirt off my back for nothing. I like your shirt. Here you go. This is for you. If you like it that much, this is for you. Because you don't know what this shirt, what that compliment, what that hug is going to do for you and your vision, or how that's going to come back full circle. And for me, I feel like everything come back full circle. You always get one chance. But if it's meant for you, you'll get another.
And that's facts. And that's a fact, man. And like you said, we're gonna get into it for real, man. Because like I said, a lot of us, first off, I like what you say about a visionary. Because a lot of people are so hung up nowadays on the title. You could be the CEO. CEO are well and good, but what is you doing with that title? Because if you're not an effective person, if you're not doing what you need to do, that's for naught, man. It sounds good. I ain't really,
years.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you a CEO for your company, your brand, but if ain't nobody really buying into your vision, your product, your brand, all right, you just another CEO on the block with a title. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
next?
You know, so what now? What are you going to do to push this forward? And I think it does start with a vision. It starts with a dream, a vision, something you have to start somewhere. And how do you mold that vision to be something bigger than what it is? Because everybody has a thought process. I say this, one of the richest places in the world is the graveyard, because that's so many people that have so many bright ideas, multi-million-dollar ideas, who either still had them and was able to start it off and couldn't finish, who did start it off and were no longer able to finish, or who never even got the opportunity and the chance for it to be brought into this world because they didn't have enough time or whatever the case may be. And a lot of times I think people forget that. Everybody can have something to offer this world. Everybody has a gift to offer this world. I truly believe that. I truly believe that God gave everybody a gift. Whether it's music, art, sport, something. You have something to offer this world. But are you going to tap into yourself? Are you going to be well within yourself to say, you know what, I want to use this gift to be able to do it for whatever it is that looks like for me. And whoever you choose to pray to. You know, whoever your most high is or whoever you look at. But everybody was given a gift. And if you're not out here trying to promote that, not even promote it, use it for what it needs to be used for. Because like you said, you can help so many people around you. A lot of us, I look at a lot of time, especially us in the US, we're selfish. We're selfish as hell. Like, we don't really, we say we care about people. But who do you care about? Do you care about it when it's a convenience for you? Or were you really, like you say, give the shirt off your back and give that person something because it meant nothing to you? And not to say that's something that you need to do every day. That's not what I'm saying. But a lot of people, if you really ask them, hey, would you do that? Yeah, I do it. But if you actually put them in that position, nah, they're not doing that. Like I said, it's a whole lot of lip service for a lot of folks. But the genuine, a lot of people just ain't genuine like they say they are. And I've known you for a decade plus, and I know that. I know that about you. You've always been like that. And then on the flip side with that too, it's just like the people that you have around you. You know, for me, like I said before, the hardest concept was who to bring around, who to keep around, who to bring into the circle, who I had to let go out of the circle. And it's a lot of times, there's a lot of people that I really was close to that I just had to be like, we couldn't go further on this journey. And a lot of times I will overthink like damn, why we fall out, or why I don't talk to this person like that no more, why I don't, you know, Because a lot of times, honestly, sometimes they weren't even doing the stuff that was for free, that they could have did for free. I don't need $1 from you. I don't need nothing. But damn, I call and check up on you all the time. I don't hear from you unless it's a problem, unless you need something, which is fine. I ain't got a problem doing that to you, offering that. But man, I want to see you grow just like you. I would hope you want to see me grow just like I want to see you grow. Let me pour into you like you pouring in. Let me pour into. I want you to pour into me like I'm pouring into you. And not to say that I need something for that, but like you said, sometimes that's what it takes, the right village, so we all can grow and build off each other.
But see, even in the village though, of people that you bring around or that you let go or whatever, a lot of people can see your potential.
Facts.
But afraid to tap into theirs. So they're pouring to you, but then as soon as you pour into them, they can't receive it. Because they don't got that push. They don't got that extra switch to just say fuck it, to just try.
And that's a hard switch to pull now.
It is. It's definitely
is
a hard switch to pull, and it's not for everybody to pull. But with that, that's another struggle. When you creating a village, when you making your team, everybody ain't meant to go all the way. But the people who do go all the way, it's something in them that's for them. With you being an overthinker, I wanted to say, like, I'm an overthinker too, but I stopped thinking so much off of the aspect of this is my space. This is my peace. So now that I'm overthinking, you have more space in my head than I have in my head. So is this about to matter in 5 years? In 5 weeks? Is this gonna matter in 5 minutes? And once I really start to think of it in that aspect, it's dickish a little. Because after a while, it's like, oh, Ron, X, Y, and Z just happened. Runn Light, X, Y, and Z just happened. What does that have to do with me? That's a space where now you want me to come out of my space to talk to you about a space that I wasn't even in the first place. I can have empathy. I could give you sympathy. But at the same token, it's like, for what reason am I giving you so much and you're not pouring into me? And that's a hard pill to swallow sometimes, because I don't want to bring a message on deaf ears. I don't never want to not be able to listen to somebody. But at certain points, I can't. It's physically, mentally, and emotionally draining and a detriment to my life. And a lot of people I pray for. I hear it in one ear, out the other. Because I can't let that stay in my space. This is my space. This is my peace. This is your peace. Your podcast is your peace. I'm not about to come over here and be all negative or whatever and be like, yeah, so this just happened, and because this just happened, I'm just so depressed and da-da-da. Like, some people might need that. And that's okay. But in the space that I want to go, and the place I want to take my people, let's talk about it, but let's not dwell on it.
Say that again, man. Say that again. That's a bar right there. Say that again.
For the people, friends, family, and different, or the people that I meet, I don't want to talk excessively about what's going on. I don't want to dwell on that. I want to talk about it. Let's get it up off your shoulders. Let's lift you higher. But let's not dwell on it. Let's not let that cloud come and just sit. Now, that space, that time that you're being negative or that you're giving to the negative energy is negating the blessing that's right there for you. But it takes pain. It takes darkness to get to the light, to get to a place of peace, because without pain, there is no peace. You have to go through something to understand what peace is. You just can't always be peaceful. Not a thing. And if it is, I need somebody to hit my line. I need somebody to follow me on Instagram. I need the remedy.
Teach me, cause
Please
teach me, cause I've never been able to just be in that space where it's just full tranquility, full peace.
All the time. Never. So that's really how I be thinking, bro. I think literally just like everything happens for a reason. In that reason, it's a lesson, it's a time frame, and then it's a journey that comes with it. A lot of people, including myself, go through a lot. As a black man, I go through a lot. As a white woman, you go through a lot. As an Indian boy, you have biases and racises that you have to go through. Everybody has something. So there's nothing that we can't really discuss, but it takes a leader, it takes a man, it takes a woman, it takes a king, it takes a queen to actually sit down, fathom what's going on, and then create a solution. It only takes two people to agree on one thing to make a bigger impact on the world. It takes a village to raise family members, to start businesses and stuff like that. But then it takes courage to really sit back, relax, and understand that everything is happening for a reason. And that reason might not be today, but that reason might be 10 years down the line. It might be for your kid. It might be to break that generational curse. But it takes time. Nothing happens overnight. Runn Light is my baby, is my brand, is my child. And I take it as such. I'm 2 years old in the game. I still have a lot to learn, but I've learned a lot in these 2 years. And I'm ready to learn more. I'm ready to understand what my next purpose is. First year, like I said, was more or less getting the clothes out. The clothes are out. Where the brand live the message. This year, I'm speaking. I'm talking. I don't know exactly where, when, what time. But when I have an opportunity, it's coming. And I'm going to give everything I have, not for the clout, the accolades, or none of that. Just so anybody who hears the sound of my voice knows that there's somebody, at least one person, two people, because it's me and you. Two people on this podcast that cares, that gives a damn, that wants better, not only for themselves, but for the world, for the man, for the woman, for the boy, for the girl who's under the sound of our voice. Like, this is for you. We're speaking to you from what we know. Like I said, it might not be right, might not be wrong, but we're speaking to something that's bigger than us. You know what I mean? We have our people, you know what I mean, mentors, stuff like that. Like I listen to Eric Thomas a lot. I listen to Michael Todd. I read, I'm reading a book called What Is Your Why? You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot, like, but you gotta wanna dig into that. I can't make you dig into that. I could lead you to the water. I could give you everything. I could punch you in the face 1,000 times with everything I know. But if you don't want it, I can't do nothing for you.
I can lead you to the water, but if you don't drink it, you're gonna be out here, you're gonna be a parched mud.
And that's real.
And you know what, man? Before we get up out of here, man, first off, I want to say, man, you're a powerful brother, man. I'm happy to see the growth. Just from the episode that we did, from the first time to now, man, it's just crazy. I'm proud of you. I'm glad to see everything that you got coming. It's coming your way, man. And your dreams will happen. You will speak somewhere. We're gonna speak that into existence. That will happen. June 5th.
My first encounter, actually, June 5th in Cleveland, Ohio at Captivate. I'm blessed to know a young lady by the name of Mila Topics.
Okay.
And she is a powerful woman in the city of Cleveland, Ohio. She does a lot of empowerments, a lot of brunches geared towards women and women empowerment, and you can do it and do it scared and things like that. And she's finally doing one for the men, and she asked me to be a part. So the same way that we talking here about mental, spiritual, physical, financial, same thing though. Shirt and tie at a brunch, just the fellas. I do believe just the fellas. I might be speaking a little bit too much on that, but it's for the people to come, get dressed, feel good about themselves, talk about the mental health of a man, what we go through, how we go through it, and what we do. So that's the first encounter. More to come for sure. We're gonna speak more into existence. We're gonna speak existence into you for this podcast to continue. We're gonna speak life into your daughter. We're gonna speak life into your career. We're gonna speak life into people to actually be face to face and not on the computer. It's 1% better every day, 1% better every year,
better every day.
1% better as long as you have breath in your body. You got a chance to be 1% better. So we gonna speak that into existence for us, for you, especially for you, because you got a lot going on too, and this podcast is dope.
I appreciate.
There's not a lot of people who just talk about what's going on and why. The mental health check-in, the giving flowers, the just being open about what's going on in the world. There's a lot going on in the world. It's a lot of hate. It's also a lot of love, but a lot of people don't see the love because they want to focus on the negative. We gonna stay positive.
And we definitely gonna stay positive. And like I said, for me, I wanted us to be able to be showcasing a different light. I got tired of seeing us in these negative spaces. Yeah, we can, like you said, we can talk about it, but we're not gonna dwell on it.
We're not gonna dwell on it.
We're not gonna dwell on it. So we're gonna have those tough combos. But okay, now let's look at the positive side of this as well. And I think for a lot of us, it's being authentic, raw, and making sure people know, like, these are the conversations we don't really have on the open platforms and the spaces, especially as Black men, just as men, period. You know, we don't see that a lot. We see the crazy crap, the stuff that's gonna get the viral moments. This may not ever go viral. People may not ever buy into this, and that's fine. Because I want to make sure it's done the right way. I want to make sure people understand when you go back, and that was a real brother. He ain't sit up here and sell his soul for something just cause. Because I consider
Rick Ross said he said I don't want to move fast. I want to move correctly.
I want to move correctly. And that's what I'm trying to do. So as we go ahead and close this out, man, as always, Mr. Runn Light, man, I want you to go ahead and talk to the people. Let them know how they can find you. Let them know what you got going on. Talk to them about the brand, how they can tap into that, man. This your opportunity to talk to the people. Let them know a little bit about it.
Man, it's Mr. Runn Light here. To anybody under the sound of my voice, peace be among you, peace be with you, and peace find you. The way you can contact me is through Instagram right now. It's RUNN2_LIGHT. I got my events on there. I got my pop-up shops. I got any speaking endeavors that I will be in on the page. If you want a custom t-shirt, all you gotta do is DM me. We could talk about it. I could bring your idea to life through what I know and through what you told me that you want. Other than that, throughout your journey, face your fears, run light. It's you versus you. Throughout your journey, face your fears. It's us versus them. Throughout your journey, face your fears. It's the world against you. And really, all that mean is it's you versus you. Honestly, everything comes back to you. You got the light in you. You got the shine. All you got to do is turn it on. So if that's what you want to do it. You got two brothers right here that's behind you. You got me that's damn sure behind you. You got Chels that'll listen, that'll put you on here. If you got something to say and that's the voice that you and how you want to come, please bring such. That's it. It's Mr. Runn Light here. RUNN2_LIGHT on all platforms. Instagram, Facebook, website coming soon. everything is custom too. That's one more thing that a lot of people don't know. Everything is custom. Everything.
Talk that talk.
My body, my soul, my hands, my fingers to you. I tie-dye it, I press it, I draw it, I embroider it, I package it, I mail it, I go to Staples or whatever and I print out the e-cards that come with it. Anything and everything is specially made just for you, prayed over just for you. So just understand this is coming from a place of love, a place of peace, and just a place to understand who I am in relationship to others. So just continue to run light.
Hey man, I tell y'all, man, it's a powerful brother, man. That's a powerful brother right there. And as y'all know, this King Chills, man, y'all can find me on all platforms at Kingship Podcast. That's KINGPODCAST. You can get me on any podcast, on the YouTube channel, as well as anywhere your podcast is, where you get your podcasts at, man. If you want to support the channel, if you want to look out, help me get some better equipment, get some better digs or whatnot, links to the Cash App and PayPal are going to be below, as well as the links to Mr. Runn Light. The link for his IG and everything will be below on this video as well. So if you didn't get an opportunity to catch it, I will also plug those in below, man. Hey, it's another episode of the Kingship Podcast, man. And one thing I want y'all to know on this episode, man, make sure y'all out here using y'all gifts, man. Don't let them go to waste, man. And go ahead, run your fears, man. Face your fears and run light, man. That's what we trying to do. That's what we trying to accomplish, man. It's another episode of the Kingship Podcast, man. Y'all be blessed. One.
Hey. Woo. Look.